Look at what I saw in town today!
What about it? It's just a pamphlet announcing the fair in Gibraltar. It happens every year, nothing new.
Well, actually, no, because it looks like they finally listened to the public because A, they're making it bigger, and B, they're making it next to a new construction site, finally!
Oh yeah? Where's it held then?
Well, at the Starlight Stadium, funny enough.
Wait. The fair's being held at the Starlight Stadium? Well, that will be interesting. So when does it begin?
Well, it says here the 23rd to the 31st of August, so I guess that gives us a pretty good time period for us to start clearing up our schedules for the big dates.
That's in 1 week.
Alright, so it starts in 1 week. Okay, we'll go. But on one condition.
Is it full of bar?
No. It's for us to do more than just go to the bar.
Fair enough. See what I did there? See? Because fair enough, we're going to the fair. It's a fair joke, no?
Welcome to the Starlight Stadium Fair, where you can enjoy rides, food, and shows of all kinds. Colors will light up the night sky because unlike last year, the fair is set to finally promise to be much bigger, with multiple attractions old and new for kids and grown-ups alike. With the pavilion expanding its menu and stages for its shows, the fair this year is set to be the biggest it's ever been. And to make things much more exciting, a surprise special guest will be brought in to be the fair's announcer. So get your socks ready because this is going to be one big roller coaster ride of excitement.
Edward, you ready? Come on, Aidan's already waiting for us.
Almost, I just gotta get this thing.
What?
Nah, I'm just getting this thing. And this thing. And that thing.
Sonic Colors on the Wii, Switch, DS? How many copies do you have?
Well, 7, but technically the DS copy, it's actually a different game altogether, so yeah.
Yeah, but it's still the same game. It's still Sonic Colors, just on a different platform.
Touché.
Okay, well, Aidan's waiting for us. Let's go. Alright, either way, why'd you have a lot of copies out? What are you going to do with them?
Well, it's because the fair's already here, I kind of just wanted to get into the mood already, so yeah, that's why.
Yeah, wasn't that about, like, at an amusement park or something like that? I don't know, I kind of forgot.
Oh, colors? Well.
In 2010, Sega and Sonic Team seem to have finally found the right gameplay style for Sonic with Sonic Unleashed, using a boost style of gameplay with a more linear level design. And with the game being a success, Sega decided that for the next mainline title, they would revisit the same gameplay style. And in 2010, we saw the release of Sonic Colors, a game that was an exclusive to the Nintendo consoles, the Wii, and the DS. The game follows Sonic and Tails traveling to an amusement park in space built by Eggman, who seems to have finally come to an end with his evil schemes for world domination. However, Sonic knows Eggman all too well and believes that the park is just a cover-up for what his true plans really are. After wandering around the park for a while, Sonic and Tails find 2 of Eggman's robots, Orbot and Cubot, chasing after 2 aliens. Sonic sees this and goes down to save them, only to fuse with one of the aliens, which sends him zipping across the park. We learn that the race of aliens are called Wisps.
Yeah, I'll just stick with aliens if that's okay with everybody.
Oh, sure.
And each color type has a unique ability. White allows Sonic to boost, Cyan turns him into a laser that shoots off, Yellow turns Sonic into a drill, allowing him to dig underground and travel fast underwater, Pink, which turns Sonic into a ball of spikes that allow him to travel up walls and ceilings, Orange, which turns him into a rocket, Blue, which turns him into a cube that makes him transform blue cubes into rings and vice versa, Green, which turns him into a hovering head, and Purple, which turns him into a creature that can go on a frenzy that can destroy anything in its path. After rescuing the Wisps, Tails builds a translator that allows him to speak to them, with one of them named Yaka. And although it's buggy at first, they still manage to figure out Eggman's true intentions. He's been capturing the Wisps to harness their energy for a much bigger scheme, while also capturing 5 planets and chaining them up to his park so that they can be tourist attractions. Sonic and Tails then go to each planet to set them free from Eggman's park, while also saving the rest of the Wisps that have been captured. However, while saving and freeing the planets, Eggman had collected enough energy from the aliens to power a giant laser to shoot at the Earth. Although the machine ends up backfiring since a robotic arm from an earlier boss fight ends up getting stuck in the generator, causing it to explode and create a black hole upon activation. Sonic and Tails, realizing that the park is about to fall apart, they end up running back to the elevator that got them there to the park in the first place. But Eggman is waiting for them with a robot powered by the Wisp's energy so that he can kill Sonic. Obviously, Eggman fails to do so, and is then pulled in by the black hole. As it grows, Sonic then tries to run away as fast as he can, but is ultimately consumed by the purple void. The Wisps then save Sonic, taking him back down to the surface so that they can safely stop the black hole from reaching the Earth. Yakka then comes down to Sonic and Tails to say his final goodbyes to them, and that's the story. Honestly, it's not a bad story. As much as I'm not a fan of this story's writing...
Baldy Nosehair! No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me!
I still enjoy the main premise of it. Having an amusement park set in space with different worlds surrounding it felt like an interesting concept. Even though Sonic CD kinda did it first. The gameplay feels just like the daytime levels from Sonic Unleashed. Except this time, when it comes to boosting, you now need to collect the white wisps, or to keep defeating enemies to keep refilling your boost gauge. The quick step and drifting is still in the game, however it's only possible to do these moves in select areas since the controls needed to work with the Wii remote. The other wisp powers are activated by shaking the remote thanks to the motion controls. The wisp power-ups were a great addition to the gameplay since it kept the fast-paced nature that we all like. As for the planets that we visit aside from Tropical Resort, which is where we begin our adventure, we have Sweet Mountain, a planet where everything is just made out of food, Starlight Carnival, which is a massive fleet of sheeps... Sheeps? What the f*** did I just... Starlight Carnival, which is a massive fleet of ships that parade the area, Planet Wisp, which is of course the home of the Wisps, Aquarium Park, an aquatic planet filled with sea life and of course, water, and the Asteroid Coaster, a giant roller coaster that orbits a giant planet that serves as Eggman's base to turn all of the Wisp's energy into the negative energy he wants to end up using. And with each stage ranging from 2D to 3D level design, mainly 2D, the game keeps that same feeling from Unleashed, where it keeps the camera moving non-stop. When all the planets are set free and things begin to fall apart, we run to Terminal Velocity, which is the elevator track that leads from Earth to the amusement park. Sonic Colors on the Wii isn't a perfect game, but it's far from being called a bad one. Not to mention the soundtrack of this game. Each track is unique to each planet in its own way, with the main themes of the game going from rock to orchestral. It's one of those games that became a fan favorite in the community, and since then, it's made a staple in the series.
Alright, so 2D, 3D... You know, I thought it was just 2D for the whole thing, but was that just for the DS version?
Well, despite the Wii version being mostly called 2D for some reason, the DS version, that one is fully 2D.
Okay, so what is the difference between the two?
Well,
Sonic Colors on the Nintendo DS was developed by Dimps, who was responsible for most of the handheld Sonic titles such as the Advance Trilogy, Rush, and Rush Adventure. So when it comes to this game, they went with the same gameplay style that was established in the Rush series. In other words, Sonic Colors on the DS is just Sonic Rush 3 with the Wisps. Please don't fight me. Speaking of the Wisps, unlike the Wii version, the DS version has exclusive ones that are not even seen in the Wii version. Starting with Red Burst, which turns Sonic into a ball of fire and can create an explosion every time you jump. The longer you hold the jump button, the bigger the explosion and the higher the jump. An alternative purple wisp to the exclusive DS version is Void, that turns Sonic into a black hole which allows you to absorb tons of obstacles, enemies, and items in your path. With these exclusive wisps added on, most of the ones featured in the Wii version are absent, such as the pink spikes, blue cube, green hover, and purple frenzy. What we do have in the DS version that's not present in the Wii version are special stages. It's the half-pipe design, and all you need to do is collect the respected colored orbs. Definitely the easiest special stage in the series by far, since all you need to do is move with the touchscreen. Another thing that's not present in the Wii version is a secret final boss. Although you can unlock Super Sonic in the Wii version through the Gameland mode by collecting all the red star rings, there is no extra boss at the end of the game. The DS version has you fight the giant Mother Wisp, who has been corrupted by the energy Eggman was using, and as Super Sonic, you need to fight her off. And unlike the Wii version that only has Tails tag along with Sonic, the DS version includes other characters such as Knuckles, Amy, Big, Shadow, Cream, Espio, Silver, Blaze, and a few others that appear in each of the worlds you visit.
Ah, right, okay, so if both versions are different, not just story-wise but gameplay-wise too, which one of them is canon?
Well, technically I don't even really know which one's considered canon because the Mother Wisp from the DS version is in Team Sonic Racing and that game is canon, but at the same time Sega's like, we're gonna consider the Wii version canon, so I don't really know.
Ah, right, okay.
Well, that was until the Wisps were brought back for Sonic Forces exclusively and then started the whole debate again.
Oof. Finally.
Yeah, no, my bad. See, because Michael over here wanted to learn about a game that I was playing, but now that we got that done, we are here.
Well, let's see what the fair has in store for us this year, right?
Yeah? Alrighty, let's go!
Welcome to the Starlight Stadium Fair. My name is Wallace Brower, and I'll be your special guest announcer throughout the next several nights. This year, the fair is much bigger than the last, and it's all thanks to the TGO.
Okay, so, I mean, everything looks the same here, but a different layout.
Well, yeah, that's because obviously the fairgrounds, they had to choose a whole different location for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, on the bright side of life, think about it. We can finally go on some rides next to a brand new construction site.
It does have a point.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what game were you like talking about?
Oh, we were talking about Sonic Colors.
Ah, the PlayStation.
Well, that's technically the remaster Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Oh, yeah, the remaster, so... Yeah, wasn't that just a port with tons of extra bloom for no reason?
Well...
Sonic Colors Ultimate is a remastered version of the original Sonic Colors from the Wii. It brings a higher quality to the game when it comes to its graphics and being able to run at a smooth 60 frames per second. Well, except on the Switch, which ran at 30 frames per second. Yeah, this game was released on current hardware such as the PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series S and X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And on its own, the game is fine. It has all the original content the Wii version had, while also adding in a few extra things. You could unlock icons for some reason, but there's no online for this game. Gone from the original version was the live system, meaning you don't get game overs in this version of the game. Instead, you now collect these Tails heads that act as save states. If you fall off the stage and there's no checkpoint, you will be placed in a safe spot near where you died so you can continue the level. If you ran out of Tails saves, the game simply puts you back at the checkpoint you last reached. Another new addition was the inclusion of a new Jade Wisp. Jade turns Sonic into a ghost that allows you to go through walls and access secret paths and shortcuts for hidden items. Added to Sonic's moveset was the perfect homing attack. If you timed the homing attack perfectly, you could gain some extra boost, but the cost of this is getting a headache. Also added was Metal Sonic as a rival race mode. Race Metal Sonic to unlock some extra cosmetics, and that's it. You don't even unlock Metal Sonic as a skin. But if you want his purple aura and effects, then yeah. The music got remastered, and although some tracks sound pretty good, others sound... Man, what happened to the calm nature opening of Planet Wisp? Every track got an EDM remix, and honestly, I'm mixed on it. Some of the tracks, such as Tropical Resorts remix and Aquarium Parks remix, sound pretty decent. The Sweet Mountain remix has more of a fast-paced rock style to them, while Planet Wisp is all EDM. Terminal Velocity's remix sounds a lot more rock-based, which gives off a much more intense chase feel. The boss themes sound okay at best with its techno and EDM remixes, but the one that I prefer the most has got to go to the orchestral themes. Real instruments can never be beaten and sounds much better than the EDM themes they went with. The main theme songs, Reach for the Stars and Speak With Your Heart remixes, sound nice, and although I'm not a fan of Speak With Your Heart all too much, I do like these remixes for what they are. The game at first when it came out at launch was filled with bugs left and right, some which even made the game unplayable at times. Now, there was a patch for the game soon after launch, but some of the errors and mainly the amount of bloom was still present.
Next stop, the main fairground. There, you will find breathtaking views and colors thanks to our high-speed rides. Flashing lights warning. Duh.
Okay, so that's how the remaster came out.
Yeah, when it first released, not a lot was done to the game to improve the original.
Right.
But that's why we have mods on PC.
I'm going to get something from the bar. You guys want anything?
You know what? Let's just go get something at this point. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to do something else besides be at the bar and just eat and drink.
I mean, I don't like going on the rides. I don't like heights.
Bruh, you need to get your fear of these rides out of the way someday.
Yeah, but enough about that. Can we talk about the mods? How they somehow make Sonic Colors Ultimate much better?
Well, yeah, there are a few mods that do improve on the game, such as...
The PC version is actually the best version of the game thanks to mods. And the one mod that I ended up loving the most was Project Re-Rainbow by Blue Wolf Blitz. This mod fixes everything that Ultimate messed up, while also including re-rendered cutscenes that just look amazing. It annoys me that the original animation files from the cutscenes was present in Ultimate, but they weren't re-rendered and instead just AI upscaled, making the cutscenes look a little outdated for a 2021 release. Overall, Ultimate is a good way to experience the game if you don't have the original on the Wii, though I do recommend getting Ultimate, especially on PC, so you can experience the game with the Re-Rainbow mod as well as other mods for this game.
Hello there, welcome to the Pavilion. Here you can enjoy shows and live performances for all ages alike, while enjoying some delicious...
Okay, so then I guess I need to buy my games on PC then, moving forward, huh?
Well, if you want to play games and just experience them, with mods, just because they make it better, then by all means just go for it, as long as you've got the capable, storage amount for it. But personally, for me, I'm just a console lover, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You know what isn't much of a better experience?
What?
The fair.
Yeah, it's kind of right on that, yeah.
It's a little boring.
A little, yeah. Well, in that case, what's the time now anyways?
It's 1:50 a.m.
Oh, wow, so the place is gonna close soon for the night anyway. Shall we go?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do here. Yeah, man. Might as well call it out, to be honest.
Alright then, let's go.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Thank you for visiting the Starlight Stadium Fair. Unfortunately, the night is coming to a close. But don't worry, we'll be back again tomorrow night for another spectacular and colorful adventure. Bye-bye now. Now go away! Now go home!
Alright, so what would you rate the fair out of 10?
5 only for the bar.
Honestly, not gonna lie, I'll give it a 7, at least just for trying something new for once.
I mean, it's alright. Not bad.
Yeah. Did you know that Sonic Colors had multiplayer, by the way?
What?